Hey everybody, time again for my freaking video where I'm like, hey, which teams, okay, in this upcoming season do I want to beat most? So I've ranked them. I've gone through our entire schedule of the Georgia Tech schedule and ranked the teams of if I could pick, if I was given, say, 7 games to pick to win, my first 7, that would be the games that I pick over everybody. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be going through our schedule, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'd love to freaking beat these guys, so they're ranked pretty high and whatnot. So let's just go ahead and get started. And obviously, I'm going to do the same thing I did last year, number 0. This is no fun if I, go all the way up from 12 just to get to number 0, which we all know is going to be Georgia. Hate these guys. I wish we could beat them every year. They're always going to be at the top of my list. Hate them so much. Moving on. We're going to jump now down to 11, and it's going to be Ole Miss, which a lot of people, I don't know if they even know that we play Ole Miss, but yep, we got a home and home with them this year and next year, and so I'm looking forward to this game. I'm actually going to be at this game. It's going to be, the Lane Kiffin offense. That's going to be pretty exciting to come down and see us play them in Bobby Dodd Stadium. And it's going to be a pretty cool series. I always, thought Ole Miss was kind of cool. I think they'll probably blow us out. But as far as, like, me being emotionally invested in this game, I just really am not. Like, I mean, it's some random SEC team that we don't ever play. Like, there's just so many other teams I'd rather beat than Ole Miss. So I got them ranked real low, but I'll be at this game, and I'll be, it'll be kind of cool to get to see Lane Kiffin's offense in person, even if it's blowing out my team, I guess. I don't know. That might be pretty painful. Uh, Hopefully I'll be able to enjoy it. But anyway, moving on. Number 10 is going to be maybe a surprise to some people. It's going to be North Carolina. So, North Carolina, I don't know if everybody's kind of in this boat, but I'm kind of thinking that they're going to be pretty good this upcoming year. So, it's really no skin off my back if we don't exactly, beat them up. I mean, it's going to be a revenge kind of type thing for them. A lot of the factors that go into this ranking for me is kind of how long it's been since we beat these teams. That's a big factor. So obviously, we blew them out last year. I don't feel one way or the other about North Carolina. Like, I don't hate them. I don't particularly like them. So I just got them down here, kind of like whatever. If it doesn't, this game doesn't really mean that much to me if we win or not. I mean, obviously, I want to win all of these games, obviously. But if I had to rank it, I put UNC pretty low. It was a pretty satisfying win against them last year. Plus, if they're pretty good, it just won't hurt my feelings that much. Plus, it's an away game, so it's like whatever. But next is going to be Duke. We beat them a million times every year. So nice having a win. It would really, really suck having, Duke to lose to Duke. As far as like emotionally investing up, Duke was one of these teams that ranked like super high on the list of teams that we need to beat. So I did a similar ranking of teams like that we should, beat handily. I think they were like the number 2 team. So Duke, is a team we should beat. But as far as me being emotionally invested in them, there's just a ton of other teams that I'd rather beat other than Duke. I mean, it's like whatever. Duke is, we beat the hell out of them all the time. So it's not really that big of a deal to me. Duke, even though they are a coastal opponent, they're kind of harmless. It's just like whatever. Anyway, next is going to be Virginia. So Virginia was actually last on my list this past year. They are a coastal opponent, but they are the coastal opponent that I dislike the least. I think they're just pretty cool. I don't know. I do hate Virginia Tech. So that kind of helps, Our series has been good, just entertaining, close, like hard-fought games, just very respectable. I've only known one Virginia fan, which is Wahoo Brad. Shout out to him. But he's a cool dude. Like talking to him. So, it's not like I hate their fans or anything like that. So, Virginia, they're just cool dudes. They bumped up a little bit on this list, though, because they did beat us last year, and it was a heartbreaking game. So they were blowing us out, and it was like 2 minutes to go, and we were down like 3 touchdowns. And so we freaking score, and then convert the onside kick, and then score, and then convert the onside kick again, and then we were unable to score a third time. And that was just to convert 2 onside kicks is so rare, and just for it to kind of be blown like that was really sad. It was really sad for me to have to experience. So that bumped them a little bit up on the list here. I'd like to beat Virginia, especially because, we get them at home, and it's like during a bye week, or after a bye week. So, yeah, I'd like to beat Virginia. All right, next is Florida State. So, Florida State is a team, maybe this, we don't play them that much, but maybe this might be surprising that they're kind of low. Well, Florida State, we haven't lost to them since 2014. And, we played them 2 other times. 2015, which was the amazing, of course, win when we were like 3-9 that year, and we were shitty. It was right after like our best year in a long time, where we had played Florida State previously in the ACC championship, and we were like doo-doo the next year because we lost all this talent and whatnot. So Florida State comes cruising into Bobby Dodd Stadium, and they are like the number 2 ranked team in the country. And we freaking beat them by blocking a field goal and running it back for a touchdown at the last second. So that was when we beat them in 2015, one of the best wins in Georgia Tech history. And then, of course, the other time we beat them more recently was 2020, when it was Jeff Collins. It was his first game of his second year, and we had Jeff Sims coming in, and we beat them down at Tallahassee. So they rank kind of low because we haven't really had that much trouble beating them. It's not like this monkey on our back or whatever that we're trying to get rid of. Florida State, I have them ranked a little higher because it's nice beating them. Like, I don't want to not like beat them. You know what I mean? I really do like beating them, so I ranked them a little higher than some of our other ACC opponents. It is nice beating Florida State, but not really the end of the world. Plus, they're kind of on the come up. They're kind of in a better spot than us, or maybe in a bit of a similar spot. I mean, they were better last year, but who knows? Maybe this is a closer game than some people think. I hope so. Anyway, next is this Western Carolina team. Okay, look, I learned my lesson from last year. I think last year I had like Northern Illinois ranked way low. They were like 10 or 11. And I've learned my lesson, okay? Losing to Northern Illinois was horrible. I never want to go through that again. It was worse than losing to like the Citadel or something, because it was year 3. Like, year 1 under Jeff Collins, it was bad enough losing to the Citadel and shit like that. But year 3, there's no excuse to lose to teams such as this. And it was not a good feeling, and especially not in year 4. It's going to be at home, and it's just ridiculous. And so, I've learned my lesson. Okay, I put this shitty team ranked way higher. I do want to beat them, and we need to. Okay, it's probably the only one of the few gimme wins on our schedule, maybe the only one. Okay, next is going to be Clemson. Boy, I sure would love to beat these people. You guys want to know something? So far in the off season, in these past couple weeks, I've had 2 dreams of beating Clemson in that week 1 game. On 2 separate occasions, I have dreamt of my Jackets, in that week 1, winning against Clemson, and it is so hype every time. Now, that is sad to say. It's sad to wake up and then I'm like, oh God, it's reality. But we came so close last year. We haven't beat them in 7 years. It's just I would really really love to beat Clemson, but I have them kind of lower because I've kind of accepted like they're just what they are. They're going through like the best period in their school history right now, and they're running the conference every year. And it is what it is. Like we might not beat them anytime soon because of just how good they have been and how good they are. So I mean, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be sad, especially when it's like a close game like it was last year. They beat us and we lost. It came down to the wire to the last second, and it was such a hard fought game. And it was so close. So that bumps them up. Just to have it within grasp and not quite get there, is very frustrating. Kind of like with Virginia. So that bumped them up a little bit from where they were last year, in that regard. So next might be a team that maybe some other people don't know that we even play. It's gonna be UCF. UCF, man. Boy, we have been playing these guys for the past, few years. We didn't play them last year, but we've been playing them a good bit recently. And, of course, this is, they've been so freaking good lately, and they whoop our ass every time. And we have to go to the bounce house this year, and I don't know, something about going to a group of 5 stadium and, like, losing – It just doesn't sound very nice to me. I'd really love to beat UCF. I feel like it's one of the more like attainable ones too, because they have like Gus Malzahn in there now, and it's not like they're this like world beating team. They kind of had a down year last year. I mean, they still won like 9 games, but geez, I don't know. I'm just tired of losing to UCF. You know something too? In 2017, they freaking dodged us. Did you guys know that? We were supposed to play them, and UCF dodged us. That was the year where they were the fake national championship. Yeah, we were supposed to play them, and they, didn't because of a hurricane, supposedly, but at the same time, USF, which is in, nearby, they were going through the same thing, and they played it anyway, and they were fine. So, yeah, UCF was scared of the triple option back then. Not so scared of us now. Well, I sure would like to freaking beat them because, man, they piss me off just beating us over and over. And I feel like it's doable, too. But anyway. We're getting on up there. 3 teams left. Number 3 is going to be Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, man. Ugh. These guys is another monkey that we need to get off our back. Okay, these guys, we still haven't had revenge on them for shutting us out for the first time ever in school history at home in Bobby Dodd Stadium. And it was 56-0. And we should have beat them last year. And I'm just tired of Virginia Tech. They've been sucking lately, and we can't beat them for whatever reason. And it's pissing me off. Jeff Collins, sucks and can't beat them. And it just sucks. And we do play them in Blacksburg this year. But I'm just tired of these damn Hokies, man. Should have beat them last year. It pisses me off. I'm pissed off, okay? I'm pissed off. I want to beat these guys. All right. Next is going to be Pitt. Now, that leaves, of course, Miami is number 1. We'll get to that. But this is actually a switch-up from last year. Last year, my number 1 team was Pitt. Because, I was pissed off at the whole Narduzzi-Collins handshake thing. We had a close game with them. But then, of course, they have the best freaking... Of course, as soon as they piss me off, then the next year they go and have the best freaking year ever where they win the ACC and they're world beaters and yeah. Well, they're not going to be that this year. So it sure would be nice to beat Pitt. I mean, I want some revenge. It would be sweet. We play at their stadium, so who knows about that? My God, they have some kind of home field advantage, but. I just would really love to beat Pitt. I got them ranked pretty high. Still would, even though I lowered them down a spot, they still piss me off, and I still would really love to. And then I could terrorize that Takis Pitt guy, the lone Pitt fan on YouTube. I'll terrorize him the way he terrorized me. That leaves Miami for number 1, right? Miami. The freaking darlings of the offseason, as usual, as per every single freaking year, freaking Miami is like some kind of, oh my God, they're going 15-0, winning the national championship. God, Miami fans have been so annoying this past offseason. They freaking go and hire this coach without even firing their old one of Mario Cristobal, who, can recruit his ass off and can't even, win the freaking Pac-12, gets blown out twice by Utah. I hope he sucks there. And I hope we beat the hell out of Miami. And it's doable, too. We about did it last year. We lost by a field goal. Miami sucks, man. They're going to suck this year. I can't wait for all these delusional-ass fans that think that they're... And it's not even just the Miami fans, too. It is everyone. Everyone thinks that they're going to somehow, go 10-2 and win the Coastal and, go to the ACC Championship and challenge Clemson for that. Are you kidding me? You need to neck yourself if you think that's going to happen. Listen, everybody thought that was going to happen last year, and what the hell happened? They sucked. They went 7-5. I predicted them to go 8-4. I overrated them, and when everybody else was predicting them to win 10 or 11 games, I overrated them, and they call me stupid. Well, guess what? I'm saying it again this year. Miami is going to suck, and they're going to disappoint all their fans, and they're going to be crying for Mario Cristobal to get fired. Look, it was a good hire, okay? But it's year one, and he's got some work to do. You can't just come in and win freaking 10, 11 games immediately. I don't know what these people are thinking. They're going to totally go to Texas A&M, in College Station, and they're going to, win. Are you kidding me? They're going to get blown out. I'm going to hammer that. I can't wait for all these idiot Miami fans to to run the lineup or whatever on Miami, and so I get a good deal on betting on that game because it is going to be a blowout. And they're probably going to drop a bunch of games to a bunch of shitty teams too, including Georgia Tech. So there you have it. My number one team, Miami. Then, of course, Georgia. Yeah. Anyway, that's the teams that I want to beat most as a Tech fan ranked. So thanks for watching, guys. Go Jackets. We're freaking beating all these guys. I'm seeing you next time.